Hey guys, what's up? So we just got back from Mountain Ridge ATV Park up in Central City, PA. It's about probably 3 hours or so from where we live down here in Virginia. But what was cool is we towed our four-wheelers with us. I just have one on there now, but when we went up there we had two. And I just wanted to go over our setup really quick and talk a little bit about how the Jeep Gladiator Mojave with the 3.6 V6 tows. So let me go over our setup really quick. So we got Polaris Sportsman up on the trailer. It's probably 800-900 pounds, right around there somewhere. We got 10 gallons of gas, cooler, a bunch of different gear on here. We got long ramps. Those are probably 120 pounds combined. They're big aluminum ramps. We got up here in the toolbox, you know, a bunch of stuff, including a couple 100 pounds of chains and binders down there at the bottom. So not light by any means. This is a big dual axle utility trailer. Has brakes on both axles, and I'm using a TowPro Elite brake controller for that. I'll show you that in a second. I'm not using the weight distribution hitch right now. I'm just using this nice Gen Y hitch, and it does a good job with this trailer. I mean, it's not too heavy. I'm guessing we're somewhere around 3,500 pounds the way you see it right here. Let me show you the brake controller. Ow. Okay. Oh yeah. On top of what's in the trailer, we got a few 100 pounds of tools and equipment in the truck itself. We got a big Milwaukee pack out case. It's got a bunch of tools in there and a milk crate with a bunch of stuff in it. So we're not traveling light by any means, but still well under the towing capacity of the truck. So I pulled this off so I can show you my brake controller. I have a TowPro Elite, and it is mounted. I use this little piece of metal here and just ran a self-tapper into this cross member that's under the steering column, and then TowPro sells a wiring harness that plugs into the factory Mopar wiring harness that's already tucked up here, so it's plug and play. And then I ran a cable over and put the switch for it where my 12-volt outlet is. And it looks pretty clean. I'm happy with it. It's easy to get to, and I can use it if I need to get to it to manually apply the brakes if anything goes sideways with the trailer. It works out really good. So while we were out, I took a couple different clips. A clip of us just cruising, a clip of us going up a hill, and a clip of us merging with the trailer, and I go over the brake controller and how it works really quick. So first clip, I'll show us just merging onto a highway and what performance there looks like with this on the back of the Jeep. We're gonna go ahead and merge here. Just fine. That was a little bit of an uphill too. All right, so that's what performance merging looks like. It's not bad. It's not terrible. It gets up and goes. It gets up to highway speed, no problem. I wouldn't say it's dangerous by any means. It has enough torque to make it happen. It does a good job. All right. So next, I'll show you a clip of us going up a really steep grade, and this is Mount Weather. If you're familiar with the Northern Virginia area, Leesburg, Loudon, you probably know the hill. But it's a really steep grade, a long steep grade, and that's really the only challenge that this has. I did the same thing in my F-150 and my father-in-law's F-350, and it pulls the trailer up there like it's not even there. But this has a hard time. I'd say probably a solid 30 seconds, 0 to 60, but it does it. And if you're not doing this every day, it's not going to be a huge deal. So I'll show you that now.
Quarter mile, make a U-turn.
All right, so we're going up Mount Weather right now. It's a really steep grade. If you're familiar with Northern Virginia, you probably know where I'm at. But here we go. That is pedal to the metal. That's everything it's got, and it's accelerating very slowly. I'm gonna have to let off because of traffic here, coming up on traffic. But yeah, so It's probably got a 30-second 0 to 60 on a grade this steep. I'm not sure exactly what the pitch is, but it's pretty steep. This is really the only type of situation I have issues in is steep grades like this. It just doesn't have the torque to keep the vehicle moving up hills like that. But it's really not bad. It's bearable. Yeah, it's all right. You can live with it if you're not doing this every day. All right, now I'll just show you what it sounds like, how it does just cruising along on the highway. It does a decent job. Here's that clip. All right, so we're just cruising along 70 miles an hour, and we're right around 2,500 RPM, having no problem maintaining speed. It's doing a great job. One thing to note is all the temps stay reasonable the whole time. Uphill, downhill, long uphills, going through all those mountains in PA. I never saw the transmission temperature go over like 201. So here's a clip of that. So for all that, if you look here, we're still rocking just shy of 200 degrees transmission temperature wise. We're about 40 miles into this drive. We just went over mountain weather. Been, we've done highway speeds. We've done some slow crawling, a little bit of traffic. Right now we're cruising along some mountain roads, up and down, and it's staying steady. It's been doing a really great job. And now the TowPro brake controller does a great job. Here's a clip of that in action. So here's my Red Arc TowPro lead brake controller, and it's been doing a really good job. It has two different modes. One's a dynamic mode where it uses an inertial sensor to progressively apply the trailer brakes based on how hard you're braking. And then what's really cool is it has a manual mode which just sets the brakes based on how much gain you have dialed in, which is really good if you are pulling a trailer off-road and you're not driving fast enough for the inertial sensor to work well with the proportional mode. So it's probably the best brake controller you can get for a Jeep. And if you watch it, when I apply my brakes, you can see that it changes color. See, it's pink now, and then goes back to blue when I let off. To let you know how much brake it's currently applying, the light gets progressively darker and darker, pink or red. But it's pretty cool. Highly recommend it if you're going to be towing with your Gladiator. All right, so all in all, I think it does a good job. If you're not towing every day, if you're just towing a couple times a month, like I do, I think this is more than adequate. It does a great job, and it does a great job for what it is. And no complaints out of me. It's exactly what I would expect out of any mid-sized truck. I think it does a really good job for what it is. All right, thanks for watching. Bye.